I'm Lauren Sarner, staff writer at Inverse, and I am here at New York Comic Con with the ladies of Black Sails. And so I wanted to start off actually with a Jack Rackham quote. The end of season 2, he says, "Beware the woman, they bite." So your characters all bite in different ways, which is interesting. I was wondering if each of you had kind of a favorite moment of your character biting, so to speak.
Ooh, I know mine.
I know mine too.
Oh God, I think Eleanor is biting all the time.
It's me and you.
Many. Yeah, I was going to say it's exactly the same. I think maybe like the moment when she orders the death of every man who has violated Max, and I think that's
Yes.
and
I think
is the most decisive moment for her.
Every time I say "fuck you, Jack," that's pretty bitey. It's got a punch. It's kind of a reoccurring line that Vane and I share, and I think you've thrown in a "fuck you." Have you? Not to Jack, no.
Not to Jack, but I mean he's had lots of "fuck you, Eleanors." So.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That moment is amazing, though, when you do that. It's just that protective, like, it's like a mama bear thing, but our relationship wasn't that. But, like, when a woman needs to protect someone and someone that she loves is being hurt, this extraordinary thing will come out of her, you know, and it's just, I loved that moment.
And I think it was such a beautiful moment between two women whose paths don't necessarily cross, and like who have such a different worlds in many respects. So I don't know. It was the only moment that Anne and Eleanor ever really got to be on the same side.
Yeah,
which
it was also a bit of a she jumped out of the shadows. You know, so it was a bit shocking.
I remember shooting that as well and just being really like the whole feeling of it because it was at night and the whole scene before had been at night with you, like out and there was something about that thing of like women making sure that debts are paid and that things like that, there has to be punity. There has to be some kind of retribution in this way. So, definitely that moment.
I like my moments when I was still working in the brothel, like, you know, the moment with Rackham when I tell him to get his fucking house in order, and the moment when we're at the bar and I say something that like a week in my bed would like change anyone or
that's
something
a
like
great
that.
line.
I can't remember exactly what the line
Oh, and
is.
also, I don't think last night came anything close to something to bitch about. You know, when we're getting it all on, and it's the two of us kind of being like, dude, you just had a threesome, like this is our stuff going on, deal with it, like get on board.
No, there's some really, Max has some like really kind of witty, like you can't mess with me, I will win every time.
Yeah, we all have that bite. There's so many I can think of, like, you know, and then at tables turn with the two of us.
Absolutely, and their ability to just like push down, like not look scared even if we are, is kind of really.
I got to fuck you on top of a horse, looking down at you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be greedy and go for that one.
Exactly, absolutely. It's too many.
And another interesting thing that all of your characters have in common is that their fates could be up in the air because although Anne Bonny historically existed, she disappears from history, so the writers have freedom with how her fate ends. And your two characters were made up by the writers, so they're not bound the way some historical figures are or the Treasure Island characters are. So if you could choose your character's fate, what would your ideal fate for them be?
I always really wanted Max to have love. I always felt like that's something that she, you know, really kind of, I don't know, I always imagined that for her at the end. I think because in season 1, kind of that, just that parting of Eleanor and her was just, I think, killed a part of her on the inside, you know, and so I think that's I just wanted more than success, more than anything. I think she would feel a deep inner sense of success if she could have love at the end of the day. Yeah.
And I think the way you portrayed that throughout the whole thing as well is that you substituted the success and the financial success of making your business.
Yeah, for that. I was like,
and
this will be fine. This will be fine. And it's not, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's probably like a bad habit that was kind of taken over from Eleanor, because Eleanor had that hardness because she lacked so much love in her own life as well.
And the irony of Max really not wanting to become you, and then going, I might have to become her, and then little bits of that seeping in, I think, you know.
But I suppose that's just the context of the time period, and that, you know, women in the Black Sails world are constantly having to subjugate their own needs, emotional needs for the fact that they have to survive. So yeah, I think for me, like I would have really wanted Eleanor to become a respected leader, you know, in a world where women could become leaders, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? Because it's only just now that we're even considering that there could be a female, you know, president. So yeah, I mean, I think that would be the main aim for Eleanor. Yeah.
Bonnie, I think she'd be in like of that era punk band, an all-girl punk band. I think that's where she'd end up.
Totally.
Yeah, the lead singer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You'd be so intimidating.
I'd be there at every gig. Eleanor would be.
Totally screaming in the front row. Like, I know her. I slept with her.
It's either that or like go to a hippie commune and like completely change her whole vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Become
And
like
just end up,
very,
like,
very
really
zen.
yeah.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, I know,
Punk
but
rock.
like a cool one, like, you know, self-sustainable, a good woman.
Yeah, oh no.
A good
for sure,
woman.
for
Change
sure.
her, yeah.
I mean,
no, punk band.
that would be a
I
more
don't-
healthy option, but I think the other one's
Punk band's
Okay,
way cooler.
And because this is the final season, do you have any favorite memories from the set?
Wow.
So many.
So
It's
many.
ridiculous,
So
yeah.
many. Yeah, it's hard. Without, like, I can't really, no, because you can't reveal that one. Yeah.
Rodents gathering for Christmas. That I've never laughed so much on the set as that.
Yeah, Toby Schmidt.
Toby Schmidt, he just always gets his lines, you know, a little bit.
Perfect.
He's kind of
He never messes up a line.
yeah, no, but he ad libs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
gonna mess up. No, but so he, yeah. What was the line?
He messed
exactly?
up a line. He was
Messed it
supposed to
up.
say like rodents gathering food for the winter, and he said like rodents gathering food for Christmas.
And
it was-
he's notoriously obsessed with Christmas. Like he starts listening to Christmas songs.
I didn't know that.
Oh no, you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
that? No, he's obsessed. So when we come out to South Africa, which is like October, November,
Yeah.
he's
Just
already been
counting down.
listening for about a month, he says. And he does it in secret at the gym.
But then it's really funny because
know that.
we
So
have this
totally,
one
yeah.
makeup artist who hates Christmas songs. So, like, every single day for like a month before we went on hiatus, he was just driving Kate mad.
I hate Christmas songs.
I love Christmas
I like the
songs.
Pogues Fairy Tale of New York, where we are
Yeah.
now.
Hilarious.
We could play that one now, a little early.
I'm like the Christmassiest Jew
Oh, yeah.
ever. Yeah, I'm like.
And you're Jewish.
I'm Jewish, but I like secretly love Christmas.
Yeah.
We do out there, we do like Thanksgiving and stuff, don't we? That's quite nice. And
We had
Hanukkah.
we had that
Hanukkah,
we had that Christmas
yes.
Hanukkah party at my house.
yes, Thanksgiving is not the Jewish holiday, that's what I meant.
I was like, I don't remember having Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna nod for the
we
sake
don't have
of the
Thanksgiving
interview.
in the UK. do
Oh yeah,
we?
no, it's very American.
I remember
yeah,
your lactose,
American
that was
Canadian
very
thing.
nice.
The lactose, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Stop saying words.
But you're trying so hard, and that's what's nice. I like that.
I
No,
think
that's fun.
there are like so many moments on set where there are just like we just lose it giggles wise. Luke Roberts is a
so
past master at like just bringing this kind of very high tension scene like down to like I mean when he arrived on the beach, that was a brilliant moment. He arrived on the beach and Alec Sakharov, our director, said to him, because it wasn't scripted, he was supposed to be like giving a speech to everyone. And Alex said to him, oh, just say anything, just say anything from your character. And he stands up on the box and he goes, hello, everybody. Welcome to the yearly volleyball
tryouts.
Nassau tryouts. And we were just like, what? All of the extras were just falling about.
So we had the blooper reel at the end, didn't we? Which is just, it was mainly that. And because
Yeah.
the speech went on and
It
on
went
and
on
on, so they
about-
kept coming back to it. And he was like, still going?
Anyone?
Right, formation, teams. Volleyball team.
Oh, no, and then one moment he went, oh, yeah, anyone know any show songs? Yeah, no.
And the romance between Beard and Vane as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, definitely.
And now the show is so detailed with the characters' backstories, but it also kind of asks the viewer to fill in some stuff between the lines. So for you guys as actors, is there anything you've kind of filled in yourselves for your characters that has not necessarily appeared on screen yet?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of their backstories or anything like that?
I've kind
You
of
had a
confronted
beau- I
it.
mean, you had a
It
beautiful
was my
scene.
favourite
Yeah.
bit of Bonnie, confronting what might have happened to her in the past. The thing is, it's all we don't really know what happened. You know, there's no solid facts really about these. So.
I think for Max, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
carry
you.
on. No,
Sure?
I wasn't.
I think just her fear, you know, because on the show you don't really, she's fearless. Even in the most dire of circumstances, she just sort of rises bloody and crying and just kind of goes, no, it's fine, I'm fine. And I think, you know, I would always try to remember that she, you know, she's human, you know, that she is vulnerable and that, you know, she does cry and that it was just not something that we showed on the show a lot. You know, it was, she had, I mean, even, but there is even that moment when she gets drunk and talks about burning your chair, you know, I mean, she, but I think there are, you know, elements when she's alone, and I would remember that. I think about, okay, what happened earlier, and today when she was in her room, waking up in the morning going, what do I have to face today? I don't want to do this, oh my gosh, okay, and then do it again.
I think that's one of the most beautiful things about Max is her resilience.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter
super
what
resilient
happens
person.
to her, like she'll come back from the flames, you know. She's like this kind of phoenix figure, like she's just
so powerful.
so powerful, and like,
and I think the writers have
unkillable.
let us explore every different bit of our characters over the 4 years in such a controlled way, where we've all got to.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of really
explore.
collaborative, isn't it? In lots of ways, like if you have any kind of ideas, you can always run them past John and Dan, and for me. I mean, from the very beginning, I had so many questions about where she came from, where Eleanor, what her childhood was like and stuff. And one of the main things that we established was that her mother probably died in the first Spanish raid on the island. And for me, that was a very essential part of who Eleanor was. And that's why she was hanging on to Nassau and hanging on to this island, because it was the place that her mother died in, and the place that she wanted to make into something. So I think she kind of just didn't want her mother's death to be in vain. So I think for me that never really was explored like explicitly, but for me it was always something that I could hold on to in scenes, and it moved me, and it helped me to work through any kind of conflict that she had. So yeah.
Cool. And is there anything you might be able to tease about season 4? Even if it's just an aspect of your character's personality that maybe we might see in season 4?
I would. Oh, I'm so afraid to say it because I'm afraid.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is kind of an obvious one, but brave. I mean, she gets braver than you ever could imagine.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like me.
No, all of us as well.
Yeah, Bunny for sure.
That's
You
what I was
do.
gonna say,
Yeah, in an
also
extraordinary way.
I'm holding back because I don't want to in any way give anything away. Because I think for all of our characters, it's so subtle. What you know.
It is subtle, so it's really hard to say. I want to tell you things.
Yeah.
I want to tell you.
I wanted to tell you things.
Yeah, I suppose all I could say about Eleanor is that, like, such significant things happen to her that she starts to completely reconsider who she is and where she is. So, like, it's massive. It is massive. So it's so hard. Like, I want to tell people, oh my God. But, you know.
Oh, go on, let's just tell them.
Let's just say everything. So anyways, and then episode 1.
You have to see what happens.
Yeah, but
I would say I think you do, like what I was talking, you know, about those moments with Max, you do get to see what, you know, it's
what drives her.
It just and like, you know, she's pushed to the point of like she's about to crack, you know, and it is nice to be able to see that element of her.
Every single character, I think, has to go to their lowest point, and I think every single character in season 4 analyzes who they are.
Yes.
And I think that's essentially like the question, because this place has defined so many of the characters, every single character. And when the place is in question, all the characters get put into these quandaries. So yeah,
definitely it's a self-reflective season for sure.
For sure.